All right, a bunch of stuff to go over, but looks like season 14 was experiencing significant matchmaking problems. Then just right now, we got a notice from Pathfinder saying we wanted to let you know that we are delaying the release of season 14 to next week. Don't worry, we'll have ways for you to still earn the fragments so you won't miss out on from the weekend Crucible event. We will also be modifying the Use Lilandra and Cosmic Crucible from Command Center event. Thank you, as always, for your support, Marvel Strike Force. Now, a couple things. I feel like this happened the last time in between seasons. I can go back and look, but there was issues between the season before, the 32, and then the last season, which was 13, and it seems like they're having problems again. This is my favorite game mode, so I'm extremely disappointed that I'm not going to be playing it. Also, this means that the next Crucible that we have will have Overpowered. Also, pretty significant way of that it works. What am I trying to say? Some clarification came in from the developers on exactly how this system works, specifically with this character. So this is my Electra. Level 105, purple 3, and gear tier 18. And the reason, this is a character in my roster, and the reason why Electra's at gear tier 18 is I'm running out of the Crimson Uniques. So the question came up, well, she's level 105. Is she rank 10? Or because she does not have purple gear tier 19, is she rank 7? So like gear tier 18, yes. ISO 8, blue level 5, yes. Character level 105, yes. Gear tier 19, no. Well, the clarification is that she's rank 7. So the question came up, if I have a gear tier 20 Odin and I drop the ISO back to 0, like I switch ISO classes, do they drop down to rank 2? Rank 2 right here, because rank 3 requires blue level 3. Like if I do no ISO on the character, yep, they go to rank 2. So that is the way it works. Now, some of the confusion is, well, does this like mean that this is multiple, like, you know, we have 3 different and so it's 150 damage? No. If there is 1 overpowered, this is all that I have. If there's 5 overpowered, 6 overpowered, 7 overpowered, this is the bonus. 50 damage plus 50 focus. What they're going to introduce later is if you are 2 over, then you'll get the first tier bonus and the tier 2 bonus. If you're 3 over, you'll get the all 3 tiers, 1, 2, and 3. But for now, there's only 1 total bonus. So if your character is rank 11, you're going up against a character that is 10 through 1, you get 1 overpowered, which is going to be the 50 damage and 50 focus. Clear as mud. Also, they reposted this video, the video that a lot of us were in on the Scopely website, celebrating 7 years of Marvel Strike Force. It is a 3-minute and 20-second video, and I am not in the video at all. If you watch the video, I'm in here and I say things like, I'm cautiously optimistic. The community is salty. And I was thinking, oh, did they just get rid of the salt? Because they didn't like the 6-minute version where I was overly negative? Or did they get rid of it because I was wearing a Nintendo shirt? I don't know. Also, a lot of talk has been coming in about the battle passes, the most recent battle pass being not good. And this was put together by Baka, and it's a lot, but we're going to try to get into the key part. There is significantly, and I mean significantly less gold and training materials from the Strike Pass from before and the Strike Pass here. So we're talking about 44% training materials. It went from 1,800 down to 1,000 on the paid $20 track of the Strike Pass. And then also the gold is down 47% from 20 million down to about 10.5 million. So that's 9.5 million difference, 47. So it's monstrously different. Some people suggested that, I don't know. I wonder if this will negatively affect sales and they'll bring that back, but it definitely, without a doubt, feels bad. Some people said, well, that was the anniversary one, blah, blah, blah. Still feels bad. All right. They finally gave the free Knull shards. Just check my inbox today and received the 20 remaining Knull shards as compensation with the issue in the final day of Knull calendar reward. However, the King of Black milestone just ending in 3 days. Barely managed to get 2 red stars from him, which is a bit disappointing. Wish they'd get a red star compensation also caught because it's their fault. We didn't get it still. I'm happy with finally unlocking Knull. And then also someone saying, please bring back Battle World because I need Knull shards. Now, this new arena lineup is inconsistent. When Knull first came out, I had no trouble climbing and staying at least top 10, but then we started adding Apocalypse to the lineup. Okay, and so the reason what Apocalypse does to the lineup is the very first incoming attack has 200% lower focus. And at first it was no problem, but last week I can't win to match the same line. I've noticed that sometimes when you do this special, Mephisto Apocalypse doesn't counter and get speed up, and that's beneficial, or something Gladiator's taunt doesn't get removed by Odin from Darkness. Someone record a battle for me to see where I'm going wrong. And I've recorded a battle for it. I'm going to have to go back and look on my channel and where the video, but there is a video on my channel about how to beat this, and I will just showcase the team. And unfortunately, I can't play it in today's video, but this is the team comp that I'm using. Basically, not using Mephisto, not using Knull. I'm using 3-piece Annihilators, Shadow King, and Mephisto, and I am very consistently, well, every time I've played it, I beat this team right here. I'm beating this team all the time. The idea is that you're exploding Knull, you're getting the assists from Shadow King, and then at some point when my Odin takes a turn, you do the special because the Shadow King's almost going to die. He goes back up to full health, and then Odin just wipes the team, and it's usually 5 versus 1. I don't know. Try that. That's all I'm going to say. Then lastly, I thought this was a really good post right here. Buying Starjammers has burned me in a way I've never been burned before. Now, this is a very long post. You know, because, and it's mostly about how they're very disappointed about Starjammers and Crucible. The full Starjammers team docking soon near Crucible platform near year. So this is scrolling. When they step foot before the living tribune, the full team is bringing a list of abilities that allow you to take down some of the top teams that have been putting down a big old grin on the 3-faced judge of Crucible. So this is a direct quote from the Starjammers blog. And then the question is, what top teams were we referring to? Spider Society, Mighty Avengers, Darkhold, because they could beat Infinity Watch on defense. I know they struggled with them more, but I'm not sure about Crucible. They were worse than useless outside of Crucible. They were a liability. Yeah, put on defense in war allowed your opponent to have virtually free space to use their Air Force. The old one with Jessica Jones, not the new one with Medusa or Gamma. Or the Alliance made dropped an attack because it looks like Starjammers should beat Secret Defenders. Okay, so yeah. Starjammers are terrible outside of war. They're terrible in war. They're terrible outside of Crucible. Straight up terrible. And I don't feel like they've been that effective in Crucible, partially because of, let's say, in Ultimate 32, which was 3 rooms. 2 of the rooms kind of penalized Starjammers. Okay, and I believe that the next season 14, Juicy came into my chat and he said a lot of the rooms are not favorable to Starjammers, right? And the only thing that I'm hoping for is that, you know, getting the 7 red and the 7 yellow on Lalandra will make the team better, but I've had not great results myself. So no good in Crucible, awful outside of it. Yes. At least buying Havoc and Howard allowed me to get an early jump on Lalandra. Crystals give me their showcase, should allow me an advantage over those who didn't buy them, right? Nope. So this is the punchline, right? So going forward, it looks like Vigilantes, the latest team that content creating envoys seem to be struggling to find uses for. Yes, this team does not excel in raids. I mean, if this team does not excel in raids, I mean, clear hardest skill nodes and chaotic fi on my new characters. I'm done with day 1 spending. Scoping now, speaking directly to you. I know you're watching. Either make the team usable with moderate spender and make them good in multiple game modes. It's really easier to just make them awesome outside their game mode, but are done buying subpar characters that have to max out on diamond in order to do what you advertise them to do. So I feel like this is the trend from Scopely right now, and I don't like it, is they are trying to create single lane teams that are good with their entire team in a single game mode. And I don't like that because I'm not even sure that Starjammers are doing that. This is not like Night Stalkers. Night Stalkers were a raid team and they are good elsewhere. Or Absolute A-Force. Or there's many examples. There's many examples of these teams having useful characters that can be used in multiple different places, like plug and play characters, and they were good, at least decent in other game modes where they're like, now they're going to be not great everywhere and you got to use the whole team and they're not going to be. I don't like this trend. And I noticed that, it's coming up here on Reddit. I feel like this is the most upvoted post for the day. I also went through the player council notes on their conversations and they're not happy about it either. So I feel like there is a lot of talk in the community from multiple angles that this single lane may be good in one game mode and not good anywhere else, and it has to be the full team is not great. And the best example of that is Silver Sable. Silver Sable has a pretty good ultimate where she basically she goes early in the match and she has like an in-game Thanos thing where it drops down like safeguard and the opposing team. Fantastic, right? But only with the full team. And the team really excels at raids and not really. I just think it's a bad trend. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Bye for now.